Good evening, everyone. William Mean here, 1799. Glad you could come around. If you like this video, please share, subscribe, and please leave a comment down below. And it's good to hear some of you people. And you know what the best thing is? It doesn't cost you anything. I wrote this back in June 10th, 2018. The reason why I wrote it because I live in a very heavily controlled Democrat state. Or even Republicans are like Democrats. You can't really tell them apart. Although when they stand behind a podium and say, I'm a Republican, whatever it may be. But anyway, let me go through this real quick. This is how this is written. Bound by greed for power and the lack of respect, the Democrat Party and Rhino Republicans and the media have all shown they are willing to destroy a nation by leading the people through false representation in a dangerous attempt to destroy the duly elected President of the United States. That was Donald Trump with all this Russia collusion and Mueller report and Ukraine, all that stuff, right? Okay. The Democrat Party, fueled by corruption and criminality, is no longer the party of the people, but a party by itself and for itself, which is true. They only care about themselves. They will use any means necessary, including but not limiting to banana republic communist tactics to destroy the president and all those who support him. Remember Biden standing behind the Independence Hall, red backdrop, calling us mega, and we're going to destroy democracy, all that stuff. Okay, let me continue here. The media is nothing more than an arm of the Democrat Party spreading propaganda and polarizing widespread violence that has corrupted across this great nation. They will stop at nothing, fueled by hatred to destroy the president and gain back the White House. See, all that propaganda they've been running around, spraying around with this hatred has now escalated and continue to escalate, and they still do it today. That's why that man's almost been attempted assassinate, right? They've been continually pushing this, including now you got countries that wanted to assassinate him. So this is what's happened here, right? But again, we're not doing that. We will never do that. But you send money to countries that hate us. Democrats have some Republicans that are either selling out those they represent or outright lie about their principles in order to get elected. I live here in New Jersey. Be surprised. These Republicans support the Democratic Party and almost every policy. The policies they want to cram down Americans' throats will destroy America and everything she stands for. All the lives lost in defense of freedom will be for naught. But it will be the American people who will unanimously pay the price for poverty, violence, lawlessness will be commonplace. What's happening today? You can't deny it. Happening right now, right? Open borders, jobs lost, jobs going out the door, higher taxes, you name it. The Democrat Party and the media and their allies disregard the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Exactly what they do. That's why they're after your firearm laws. That's why they're after the freedom of speech in the First Amendment. That's why they're after all these things, from your First Amendment, your Second Amendment, your Third, your Fourth, especially your Fourth, on down the line. So we need more red flag laws, more background checks, more gun laws. Case in point. I was reading in a newspaper, I forget where it is now, where someone ran over 3 people riding a bicycle. They were on a bike path, clearly marked. They blamed the driver. They caught the driver, actually, miles away, but they caught the driver and they charged him. Not the car that he was driving. Actually, it was his truck, by the way, but not the vehicle, but him. New York City, constant knife attacks. They charged the individual, not the knife, the individual. Bat-wheeling person used a baseball bat. They charged the individual for assault with a deadly weapon, not the baseball bat. Another person was charged with again a machete. They charged the person, not the machete he was carrying. The drug dealer. We read this all the time. People overdosing drugs. They charged the drug dealer. They caught him eventually, but not the drug. Right? Now, you hear about shootings. They charge the firearm, not the individual. It's like the AR-15. The AR-15 is charged, not the person carrying it. It's an animal object, by the way. It can't do nothing. You physically pick it up and use it. Well, we'll charge that. These anti-gun groups and these anti-politicians here are all part of the same mess. Do the same thing. They charge the firearm. They stand behind the podium, raise copies of the Constitution in the air, wrap themselves around the flag, tears stream down their face and tell you, it's not what it is, but you elect me and I'll make it happen. You want to ban firearms? Put me back up in office, sir. But it's not just the AR-15. They want all semi-automatic firearms, including handguns. They've mentioned it quite a few times, but are really concentrating on the AR. If they can do the AR, they can do them all. Well, then we should be allowed to carry revolvers openly, right? Hard to conceal a revolver, really. But they also want to ban the right to carry throughout the United States, leaving terrorists and criminals to do whatever they want. But it's the firearm that's the fault here, not the criminal. It's the firearm that has caused this criminal to pick up this firearm to commit mass murder, mass shootings, whatever it may be. But the irony of this mess, though, is you've been giving money to foreign countries that hate us, that now decide they're going to try to assassinate the president or a candidate president, former President Donald Trump. I had to figure that out right. All right, so now you want to assassinate this guy. But the rhetoric from the left continues, along with the help of Rhino Republicans. I call them bootlickers, by the way. So, when we look at this a little bit, you have all this money, but you won't put it in the security of the schools. Your idea is just to ban something. That's going to solve your problem. But you want to continue to ban more. So if you can put security in your federal and state and government buildings, you can't put that same security in your schools? Why not? Your excuse is we need the people to help us push for a firearms ban. The anti-gunners want that. But they tell you we're for the Second Amendment. Kamala Harris says we're for the Second Amendment. Well, we need to ban assault weapons. The question is, how you can be for the Second Amendment if you want to ban assault weapons? What is an assault weapon? That's every damn thing you could pick up. You gotta read into these people. Just like Chuck Schumer says, we need to rein in the Supreme Court. They want to control it. They want to ban firearms. They want to control you and it. But yet you have Homeland Security and many other agencies tell you we have a terrorist threat in our country. You have gangs in this country. You have home invasions in your country. You have murders, rapes, robberies in this country. But they want you to surrender your firearms, just like Nazi Germany did. And we'll protect you. Now, I'm not blaming and saying the government's Nazi Germany, but I'm just saying how history seems to repeat itself in different ways. Just like the Fourth Amendment. Kamala Harris says we can walk in your building, your home. Well, that's what they call a warrantless invasion. Now, people got to stop and think for a minute. Oh, she says she's for the Second Amendment. Then why don't you go after the criminals? I mean, they're just having a field day out here. But you want to take away our rights. It's crazy. It's total crazy. A general warrant is what it is, which violates the Fourth Amendment. Stripping of your constitutional right to defend yourself also violates the right to preservation, which is God's right, by the way, written in the Constitution of the United States by the Second Amendment. Which they want to strip that away from you too. You can't make this stuff up. You can't. They created an atmosphere here of violence by opening their border, allowing foreign powers to come in and threaten your former president who's trying to run for office, and by allowing these other organizations to do the same thing against you people. Why? You want to stop this sort of thing? Yes, you have organizations out there that are helping you fight for your rights, and you pay them the money they need to keep up the fight. But you can do more. You can do a lot more. All the gun clubs in the state of New Jersey need to band together. Not partially, I mean literally fully band together. In New York, New Jersey, all the way across California. Just literally all you gun organizations need to band together. All you gun clubs. Work across separate states, just like these anti-gun groups do. And put your foot down. Get a hold of these politicians. Pull yourselves together. Get all the money and funding up you can through non-profit ways of doing it. You want to win? Or you want to have them go ahead and eventually beat you? Because they're going to try to change the Supreme Court away from you. The Supreme Court ruled on the rights of the Constitution, but Schumer does not like that. The Democrats don't like that. That's why they want to control it. But they don't want to control themselves with their rhetoric. You need to do something. Because they'll charge the firearm, but not you. You didn't do anything. They're going to take that firearm from you. Charge you because you bought this firearm legally. Not the criminal. And they want to stop the right to carry throughout the country. All states. If you like this video, please share, subscribe. Do not be afraid to defend yourselves. And remember, vote. Vote with common sense. Until then, keep your families close. Take care.